Hey, today I will be talking about physical characteristics of every zodiac sign. This branch of astrology is called astrophysiognomy, and this branch studies correlations between the natal chart and physical appearance. Astrologers in the ancient times corresponded the planets with physical appearance. Ptolemy talks about this in one of his works. But there are much older texts that were found in now no longer existing Library of Alexandria. So in astrology, zodiac signs are sort of a hybrids of seasonal and planetary type, which means, for example, Aries starts in the beginning of spring when nature wakes up. First decan, it is ruled by Mars, and these energies may work independently or in combination, reflecting themselves in the Aries individual. However, with that being said, very often, if not always, other significators in the natal chart will play greater importance, like moon, this is usually seen in women, then ascending or rising sign, sun sign of course, but we must pay attention to the cusp signs, and this should also be looked at for the rising sign. So if one is born at the end of a sign or at the very beginning, usually these people will carry some characteristics of the previous sign. The opposite sign of the sun sign or the rising sign, and this will be more obvious for people born close to sunset or midnight. Planets that are near the ascendant degree and planets that are conjunct ascendant will take over the sign of the ascendant. So let's say Venus is rising in Leo, physical appearance will be more Venusian rather than that of a Leo. Rulers of the sun, moon, and the ascendant, and any planet closely conjunct to them, and position of the decanate ruler of the ascending sign, and this one works surprisingly well. Then dominant element, so which is the most prominent, fire, earth, air, or water. Stelliums, especially more than 3 planets in one sign, and stationary planets. These may dominate the physical appearance. Planets that are near the descendant are not seen as very strong when looking at the physical appearance. Before I move on, I understand that genetics play an important role, but even with genetics taken into account, it is possible we carry some of the planetary or other astrological influences in our physical appearance. Now let's see what are some of the physical characteristics of each zodiac sign. Aries is in general direct and uninhibited, intense and active, physically confident. Now, usually in zodiac signs, we see at least 2 types. So one type of Aries is of medium height with muscular legs. The whole body is muscular and lean, and this is an athletic type, youthful looking, graceful and well formed. It can have V hairline or widow's peak, reddish hair, scars, moles and acne. Head type is square and angular with well accented jawline. Hairline can be low or high and straight. Nose and chin are strong, nose being either eagle or hawk-like nose with a firm tip or a wider nose with wider nostrils. Eyes are medium to large. Ears are usually set close to the head, not too big. Now, other type has similar features, but nose can be upturned. Sometimes nostrils are visible from the frontal view. Clearly outlined lips and narrower hips. Both men and women like the attention they receive due to their looks. Taurus has a warm body, and these individuals love to dress nicely. They have a square, muscular, well-built frame, heavy bones. Hands and feet can be somewhat fleshier. They're of moderate height. Lower face is dominant, mouth large and sensual, lips are full, chin is square and can have a dimple. Nose is softer and wider. Eyes are soft, wide. Lids can be heavier. Now, hair is usually thicker, soft, and inclines to brown tones. It is difficult to talk about the eye color or hair color, but astrologically speaking, they tend to move in the earthy coloration. Shoulders and neck are strong and thicker. A voice always seems to stand out in some way, and they're prone to gaining weight. Many women with pronounced Taurus in their charts have a beautiful full hourglass figures. Their vibration is slow and steady, and their magnetism is very high. Gemini is talkative and sparkling sign. These individuals usually have expressive hands, interesting and luminous eyes, and true Gemini type is rather strong despite their slender appearance. They're not very muscular, but shoulders can be broad. Neck is narrow and longer, head is oval, smallish, forehead can be higher, eyes are smaller and can be wide set. Nose is longer and aquiline, mouth are smaller with thinner lips. Geminis are usually taller with longer legs and arms, high-waisted, thin-bodied, often athletic. Their hair can be finer, but they have a lot of it. They're also prone to losing it. The color can be lighter or mousy in shade. Skin is delicate and dry, and their voice can be piercing and high. Now, Gemini sign is known to smoke, and their diet is not very good. They're curious, scattered, having overworked thoughts, thus they're sometimes nervous. They're usually mentally deep and like to explore different topics. Cancer is usually aware of the internal environment and is very protective of self and others. There are two very different types of Cancer. One is a full moon type and the other is new moon type. The first type is soft and round, shoulders are narrow, hips are protruding, body shape is rounder, arms and legs are shorter. They're prone to collect water in the body. Their breasts are noticeable, be it small or large. Head is rounder and small, eyes are deep set, and eyes can be very dry or very moist. Nose is low set, it can sometimes be smaller and upturned, resembling that of a child. Lips are fine with a sweet expression. Voice is mild, but the tone is higher. Skin is sensitive, hair can be of every type, thick or ultra fine, and hands are small and smooth. Now, new moon type has a longer, narrow face shape with a dreamy expression, body being slender in youth, yet with age these types may put some watery weight. Nose is longer, eyes larger, mouth longer and fine. Both types are usually interested in music. Cancers can be very beautiful one day and the next look quite plain. It seems they actually reflect moon and change accordingly. Leo is the creative type, confident, appearing composed, but they're very passionate and vital. These individuals have a broad, angular face, high cheekbones, and almost a cat-like face with large eyes. Nose is sharply outlined, lips are full, head can be larger, and chin is pronounced. Body is of medium height with broad shoulders and narrower hips. Arms, chest, and back are well developed and muscular. Complexion may appear to be flushed. With age, lower part of the face seems to be drooping. Voice is lower and strong. Their hair is full and striking. It can be of any color. They are considered to be very handsome and stunning. They dress to attract attention. They enjoy bright colors. And true Leos have a stage presence projecting force and magnetism. Virgo is all about detail, the perfection and preparation. Virgos are either extremely tidy or quite the opposite. Hair is most often the first to show signs of aging with premature grayness, dryness, and lack of body. Their body is dry, prone to dehydration, fit, petite. Sometimes when mixed with heavier planets, they may look larger. Nose is narrow and pinched or petite and fine with small, clearly defined nostrils. Lips are thinner and long, and teeth are smaller and evenly set. Eyes are also smaller and inset. They have refined, finely cut facial features, high and fast voices. These people are very wiry and flexible. Their hands are smooth-fingered with pointed fingertips. Usually they love clothes and pay close attention to personal appearance. Tics and twitches can be quite common. Libra is poised, sociable, and charming. These individuals are medium to tall in height, not overly muscular or bony. Limbs are graceful and smooth. Their weight ranges from slender to plump, and usually they love sugar. But obesity is not very common in Libras. Head is oval and smooth. Facial bones are not prominent. Forehead is high, cheeks lower. Eyes are larger, set apart with heavier lids. Eyelashes are usually longer. Eyebrows are higher and curved, ears are smaller and nicely formed. Now, nose can be small to medium size, refined or softer and broader, but never pointy. Mouth and lips are soft, of medium size. Cupid's bow can be pronounced, chin can be weaker, and double chin is indicated. Hair is usually soft, textured, waving, and lustrous. Skin is smooth, but can be prone to acne or other skin afflictions. Hands are long, soft, warm to the touch. Now, Libra is good at matching colors and delights in jewelry and clothing, but they can appear sloppy. Both genders are considered to be beautiful. Scorpio has the power and is able to manipulate energy and is a good strategizer. Scorpios are of short to medium height with a prominent gaze. Head is square with full face. Arms and legs are strong and dense, leaning heavy. Astrologically speaking, they usually have thick hair, but of course that cannot always be the case. The color of the hair is darker and is coarse in texture. Now, because Scorpio governs the sweat glands, pores are quite prominent in the skin, and moles, acne, or scars are also often seen. Now, body scent is also stronger, voice is deeper, low, and sultry in a way. Face can be either nicely cut with chiseled features, or one can have heavier features. Nose is usually larger, fine, and or sharp. It is always noticeable. It can also be broken or hooked. Lips can be thinner or thicker, but always reddish in tone. Eyebrows are always protruding and are noticeable. Now, physically, Scorpios are one of the strongest and most resilient types and can possess extreme beauty and be very seductive. Sagittarius is always on a quest, broadening horizons, having a lot of knowledge. These individuals are of medium to tall height, their limbs are usually longer, and some types appear athletic and muscular in appearance, while others have a slender and thin look about them. If under strong influence of Jupiter, body can be larger. Legs are longer, very nicely formed and slender. Thighs are strong, with narrower hips, which can protrude when looking from the side. Head is long and narrow or oblong. Hair can be straight or wavy, free-flowing, or they may have no hair. But if they do have hair, they will not lose it. Nose is straight and long, mouth larger with fine lips. Chin is either rounded or a little squared. Eyes are usually large and always on the lookout, alert. Brow bones are high and well formed. They can have prominent single vertical line between their eyebrows. Skin is usually smooth and clear. Fingers are long and hands are warm and fleshy. With their vivacious nature, they're known to be very attractive. Capricorn is known for being in control and is dignified. Their vibration is slow, inspiring seriousness in others. These individuals are cold, their bodies are somewhat stiff, thus prone to rheumatism. Body is narrower with protruding shoulders and knees, but the torso may be larger and sometimes they can appear like their opposite sign, Cancer. Head is longer, narrow, and medium to small in size. Forehead is high, eyes are usually smaller, ears are larger but narrow and positioned close to the head. Nose is also narrow and long. The bones of the nose bridge are visible. Nostrils are clearly defined. Lips usually pale and thin. They can often have problems with teeth and gums. Chin is pointed or angular and jawline is quite visible. Hair is prone to premature graying and to dandruff. They are prone also to skin problems like eczema, but the skin may appear very nice. Hands are long and bony, fingers usually square tip. Capricorns can often be exceptionally beautiful. They dress with style and possess great stamina and strength. Aquarius has strong mental creativity and is well aware of others and oneself. Astrologically speaking, Aquarius is thought to be the tallest sign of the zodiac. Appearance is usually androgynous, and this can usually be seen in women. Upper body is less developed than the lower part, which has good muscular development. Limbs are longer and slender. Ankles are noticeable, either being thin or heavier. Varicose veins and broken capillaries are very common. Neck is longer, head is either larger or smaller, but always seems as it is floating. Face is oval. Teeth usually need to be mended in some way. Hair is wavy, of fine texture, unmanageable and lovely. Forehead is straight, high, eyes wide set, lips medium to full. If applicable, Aquarius is one of the fairest signs and women are usually small-breasted. All Aquarius types make fine orators and are usually mentally extremely deep. They can be friendly and accepting, but most often they stand alone in life. Pisces are charming, relaxed, and they seem to fit in everywhere. These individuals usually have large protruding eyes, larger lips, weaker facial bones. Facial features can appear smaller. Head and body are round and plumper, or petite and slender, fluidic and flexible. This is one of the most agreeable zodiac signs. Nose is softer and may be slightly upturned. Lips are very mobile and elastic, of the rosebud type. Their posture is usually poor, shoulders are slouching, and hair can be worn loose. Complexion can be fair to medium, eyebrows are expressive, voice is somewhat fuzzy but comforting. Now, because Pisces corresponds to feet, their feet or their footwear are notable in some way. Hands and feet usually being dainty and well formed. Pisces people usually have large appetites, they're affectionate and have magnetic appeal. To summarize today's video, the physical and personal appearance is denoted by the first house and the signs upon the ascendant, the decanate rising, together with the sign occupied by the ruler of the rising sign. Planets which aspect the ascendant influence both body and mind and tend to modify the influence of any sign or planets in signs. Depending on the house system practitioner is using, these will change and be different, so choose wisely. Degrees will reveal a lot too, especially degree of the ascendant. Ptolemy said that the ascendant has the greatest power in physical forming, followed closely by moon. Many planets in one sign tend to give predominating characteristics of that sign. Family likenesses are caused by having the same sign rising with different members of the family and with several planets in similar signs or in the same aspect to the rising degree. And this can be talked about much more. Today's quote is by Julia Ward Howe, American author and lecturer, a social reformer. She was the first woman elected into the American Academy of Arts and Letters in 1908. In many respects, she was a female pioneer, especially in literature and women's rights, and she wrote many books, including collections of poetry and travel volumes. But she first gained renown because of the Battle Hymn of the Republic, which she wrote in 1862. I have chosen this quote for today. The language of the face is not taught by the schools. It is intuitive, and to the observant is always legible. Thank you for being here today. Please subscribe, press a like button, and leave a comment if you like. I would love to know what you think, and I would especially like to know if you would want to see more videos about this specific topic. See you in a couple of days. Bye!